Hello, you guys. Gaming with Jazz here. Today's video is about the possibility of Roblox content creation, etc., being at stake. And I think it's extremely important that a lot of content creators who stream or record Roblox know about this. All platforms should have basic standards for safety and data sharing. That's why we were supporting and advocating for two pieces of legislation. The first is the Take It Down Act, which will create standards for tech and social media platforms to remove child, abuse material and non consensual intimate images. The second is a Child Online Privacy Protection Act 2.0, an important measure to protect kids online. Now, we no problem with the Take It Down Act. That's not what we're talking about. We're specifically raising the alarm for COPPA 2.0. I was having a little trouble following what was going on, trying to get some information on what we're dealing with. So I pulled this video by KreeCraft. He talks about Roblox drama and such on his YouTube. So we're going to take a look at his video to get a little more information. Sometimes not only reading an article, but actually watching a video, hearing somebody talk, that helps me gather information.
Roblox, he tweeted, and actually Roblox retweeted it. They reposted it here, and it says, "I'm optimistic about the future of online safety. Here I share why Roblox is supporting the Take It Down Act and COPPA 2.0. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a long time, you might recognize the name COPPA, and you're like, oh,
Yeah, we know about we know we're familiar with this. Remember the mess with YouTube, either late 2019 or early 2020. Yeah, we remember that.
oh no, here we go. Yeah, you might recognize this right here. We'll get to this in a
Yeah, as a matter of fact, this is how I found KreeCraft because I didn't have an understanding about the COPPA. And when it said that those who violate the COPPA had to pay like what 20 grand per violation, I freaked out because as a small creator, there was no way in hell I could afford that. If I thought my video wasn't for kids, but YouTube thought it was, then Cree explained that that fee was more for a channel, more for people like Disney, Nickelodeon, someone that's obviously for kids, and they don't mark their videos as such.
Basically, there are two new laws in the US government right now that, if passed, would have a really big effect on children online. The first one is called the Take It Down Act. And the purpose of the Take It Down Act is actually quite simple. And honestly, this one's fine. I agree with this one. I think this one's great. What this law does is it makes it so if inappropriate content is shared to the internet, well, websites have 48 hours to take that content down.
Yep, this is not what we're talking about. Yep, this is not what we're talking about. This doesn't sound like a bad idea because there is a lot of inappropriate content that gets uploaded online, and reporting it to Facebook or Instagram isn't enough because you'll just get a message back that it doesn't violate the rules. But if the platform is court ordered to take it down, then they have no choice. No arguments there. But what he says next about the COPPA is where a lot of content creators are concerned.
Providing data transparency and protection for kids and teens is the second area where Congress should act. More than 27 years ago, COPPA, I'll explain what that is here in a second, created early guidelines for what data websites can collect. So much has changed since young people, especially 2.0. Now, what is COPPA? Well, this is the problem. So, COPPA stands for the Children's Online Privacy and Protection Rule, or Act. COPPA, COPPA. Now, this law isn't new. COPPA's actually been around since like 1996 or 1997. Back when Bill Clinton was president, he's the one that actually made this into law. And the purpose of COPPA is actually pretty simple. The law says if you are under 13, then websites and companies can't collect your personal data. It can't use your personal data to serve you targeted advertisements or to serve you recommended ads or games or videos or whatever it may be. That's why whenever you go to create an account on like a website or game, you have to be at least 13 years old. That's why. It's because of COPPA. And that's why Roblox, under 13 accounts have so many restrictions. It's because here's the problem. COPPA 2.0, or the Children's Online Privacy and Protection Act 2.0, basically does the exact same thing as the first one does, except it extends the age limit from 13 to anyone under 17 right there. Meaning that if you are under 17, the videos you watch, the content you watch online will no longer have targeted ads, which is how creators make their money. So the videos you watch, the creators you watch, they're no longer making money. If you are under 17, then you will no longer have videos recommended to you.
Okay, so y'all know. Okay, so we got some information so far from KreeCraft. He broke down the COPPA that YouTube was forced to abide by back in 2019, I believe. He broke that down. Now he said that what circling currently will be like what YouTube was forced to do, but the age is 17 instead of 13. And he's saying if you're under 17, you won't see certain content. And based off of what I'm hearing, content creators under 17 won't make money. So that means what that means when you upload a video to YouTube, just like you have to tick this is for kids or this is not for kids, with the COPPA YouTube had to abide by. So that means what content creators have to mark. This video is for people over 17. This video is for people under 17, or this video for all ages. So that means will content creators get that prompt if this bill passes? And since he's saying it could affect TikTok, so that means on TikTok, when you open up the app, would you get a bumper saying, are you under 17, or is your content for people under 17 or something? And the thing is, YouTube has a YouTube Kids app.
Content that you like. So, like, for example, if you're really big into Roblox, TikTok will show you a bunch of TikToks about Roblox. If you watch a lot of Roblox YouTube videos, YouTube will recommend you Roblox videos. That will not happen anymore. The recommendation algorithm will be gone. You will just be getting random content. If this bill passes and you are under the age of 17, you will no longer be able to type in comment sections online. That's not a joke. You will not be able to leave a comment on YouTube videos. TikTok comments, gone. Twitter's, actually, you won't be able to tweet at all, probably. That'll be gone.
Okay, so now that I let him talk some more, yeah, let's go back to my original theory. Would social media sites like YouTube or TikTok be forced to roll out? Is this video for people under 17? Now, YouTube already has something like this called age restriction. That if your video has content that they deem not fit for anybody under 17, it's age restricted. I mean, only people 17 and up can watch the video. You have to be logged into YouTube. So that means you can't watch it from an external website like Reddit, for example. The video is demonetized and the reach is throttled. So we already have something like this called age restriction. However, what Kree is talking about in this video is worse than the typical age restriction that YouTube already has, or even TikTok. Because sometimes if the material isn't fit, you might get a banner saying, "Hey, this is graphic content. Do you want to see this? Do you want to skip?"
The TLDR here is YouTube Kids will no longer be for kids under 13. It will now be for everyone under 17. If you are under 17, this is what your YouTube will look like. This is what your TikTok will look like. This is what your Twitter will look like. We'll have to, find a job elsewhere. Now, look, I'm all for protecting kids online. For sure, kids need better protection online. But you're telling me that a 16-year-old who can drive, who can get a job, is not able to leave a comment on a YouTube video?
Okay, like I said, I am all for protecting kids online, making sure they're safe. But how is YouTube comments detrimental to that? TikTok especially, the automatic bots are already off the rails with flagging random ass comments. And also the content creator themselves can also tick where they have to approve of comments that come through. YouTube already has features and TikTok already have features to where you can filter certain comments to where you have to look at it and approve of it. So why not nudge more content creators to just put certain words in their filter if comments are detrimental? Like I said, I'm all for protecting kids. I just don't agree with how social media platforms resort to these measures to do so. It's up to parents to monitor what their kid is doing. It is not up to YouTube, not up to TikTok, not up to Joe's vlogs. It is up to the parents to monitor what the kids are doing online. My mom didn't let me join Facebook because she thought that inappropriate content was posted there. And then she finally let me join when I was a junior in high school. But because she didn't know what content was on there, she monitored what I was posting and liking and sharing on my account. So if she saw something inappropriate, she would tell me that this is not appropriate. I need to block that page. Instead of calling up Facebook and telling them that they have to kidify the platform. No, that was her job. And if the problem is kids seeing something that they shouldn't on Roblox already has a feature to where you could restrict what experiences pop up in your feed. So why not just make more folks aware of the tools that you already have on the website?
You're telling me a 16-year-old who can drive, who can get a job, won't be able to be recommended TikToks? Like, this seems a little absurd at this point, doesn't it? Like, at some point, the problem stops being the US government and it starts being the parent. Like, if you have a 16-year-old kid and they're doing something bad online, then at that point, it's your fault. You failed. Okay? You need to have a conversation with your kid and you need to be more included in their life. You need
Exactly. Exactly. It is up to the parents to monitor what their kids are doing online. When YouTube, TikTok, the US government, whatever. Y'all need to get it in y'all head that as like we both said, it is the parents' responsibility to monitor what kids are doing. Like I said, Roblox already has a feature to restrict what experiences pop up, and I'm going to show you. And okay, and this is a lot of things that you can control. Content maturity. And you can slide this to what games show up on your feed. Just like that. If you want to make the platform safe for kids, then you need to take down inappropriate content on Roblox. Take down the inappropriate content, the inappropriate games. Ban creepers. That is what's gonna make the platform safe for kids. Not throttling the content they watch to an extent where it harms content creators. Hopefully, more information comes out on the status of this bill. It looks like the Congress proposed it, but Roblox supports it. I feel Roblox's endorsement could be an incentive to pass it. Had Roblox condemned it and said, hey, I agree with protecting kids, this isn't it, that would be a different story if Roblox voted against it, if Roblox didn't support it. So I feel there's a huge ball game between Roblox supporting it versus Roblox not supporting it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I feel that Roblox YouTubers will have to quit or change their content and start posting, you know, more mature rated M games. Assuming it's gonna work like before in 2019 when you remember, assuming like before with COPPA back in 2019, right? So hopefully Kree will be back for a sequel where he flies to Washington, speaks before the US Congress to get more information, or to convince them to just stop the bill in its tracks. Stop it on its tracks. Halt everything right on its tracks. We'll find out sooner or later we're back for a sequel. So I'll catch you in the next video.